it's been made out that the BJP is going to lose out because of the Supreme Court decision. How is that?
See, first of all, I would say a big welcome for this bold decision by the Supreme Court. And if you remember, Urjit Patel, who was the RBI governor at the time when this scheme was launched of this electoral bonds, and Urjit Patel per se was supposedly handpicked by Modi ji himself as the RBI governor, and he himself had said that this electoral bonds scheme is going to increase money laundering. And somehow I've seen even in the past when High Court had observed that total funding of BJP, Bangaru's party, is in violation of FCRA, they went ahead and changed the FCRA in the parliament. And this is how they have been functioning. And why they have been trying to hide the identity of the donors is, it just raises the questions. You know what arguments were put forth by the government in the Supreme Court? They said the public has no right to know the identity of the donors. This is ridiculous. This is shocking. In this democracy, public do not have the right to know the identity of the donors. Public has every right to know whether the party or the individual whom they had voted for and brought into power is taking decisions for the public, or is it taking decisions for the donors, the people who have funded his election or the party's election. Public should know clearly.
So the point is,
and they're trying
I'll take a quick counter to that. I got your point. I do agree with you, Nitin, on this one.
Any of the debates
I agree with you. I'd like to hear from Abhinav. No. I agree with you on this point very, very strongly. I want to bring in Abhinav Mukherjee, please, on the debate. Abhinav, today we are told always it's about transparency in everything. You know, KYC, UPI transactions, tax, income, everything has to be above board. Simple terms, you, everyone, our income, our credit card expenses, if I buy a 10 rupee bottle of mineral water also, it has to be tracked down, right? That's the way we are told. This is the new India. In that new India, the hundreds of crores of rupees, thousands of crores of rupees going to political parties through their donors, why should they be anonymous? And these bonds also enjoy 100% tax exemption on the donations. So it's a double whammy, you know, like it's like saying, you know, to a news organization, anyone funding a news organization will get 100% tax donations. Also, nobody will know who it is. Would you accept that? Would a political party accept that? No. But they want the rule for themselves. Why? Or wanted rather.
Arnab, see, first of all, this is a very important judgment which the court has given in terms of not only the electoral process, which it has thoroughly examined in great depth and detail and given many, many nuances on how it functions. Secondly, the judgment also talks about the effort of the government to curb black money. Now, we have to understand from the constitutional perspective and the legal perspective, the court has faulted it on a fundamental premise. It recognized that the electoral bonds are perhaps the most important and best way forward to curb black money. That's what the judgment says. But the judgment also says that because you've restricted the right of the public to know, like you said, who these people are who are giving this kind of money to a political party, therefore, this method may not be the most correct method, and perhaps electoral trusts, etc., which are ancillary methods, may be more correct. Now, the rationale given for this was that, look, one is the black money aspect, which is a very important aspect economically. Second, obviously, is the urge to digitize and to get all this kind of money into the formal banking channels. That was the vision of the government when it introduced this kind of a scheme. And the other aspect which was lost sight of was the retributive aspect. Now, today, you are looking at a perspective that a very strong party at the center or in the state will get all the funding. But you have to also look at the reverse. If there is a person who wants to give it to another party, which is the opposition, how will that person give it to the opposition party? the aspect of coercion works both ways. You say, okay, the strong
No,
party
but
will coerce you into giving the
okay,
money to
Abhinav,
itself. But you have to
Abhinav,
also see that the
Abhinav,
strong party will
Abhinav,
the weak
let's
party will
say,
not get the money.
Abhinav, let's say, no, no, I take that. But Abhinav, let's say, and I get Abhishek Sudhir on this, Abhinav, assume that funders, corporate houses hedge their bets, give a little to BJP, little to Congress, little to Aam Aadmi Party, etc. The State Bank of India is answerable to the government. The data is with the government. What if the government knows, oh, you funded this party. We don't like this party, but you're funding them. Will it not? No, will it not? Even if the government is not retributive, or if the government is not, vengeful. Let's assume government is not vengeful, but the corporate houses may fear that if we give, for example, 1,000 crore rupees to Aam Aadmi Party or 2,000 crore rupees to Congress, government will come after us. So that should also not be taken care of. Abhishek wants to counter you here. Abhishek, what did he say? Yeah, brief. Yeah.
That is the point I was making. That, like you said, suppose the Aam Aadmi Party or Party XYZ feels that if the corporate house feels that if I give the money to them, they will come after us. The electoral bond ensures the identity of the donor is not disclosed. So today, the government will not get to know.
No, but it is available to the State Bank of India. But the identity
government is
available not to the BJP, but to the State Bank of India.
The other parties will not know, the public will not know, the government can know. Because
saying government will know.
Answerable to the government.
See, the State Bank of India discloses this information only if there is a court
Election
order
Commission
or there is a
doesn't
criminal
know. The government knows.
That is how the scheme functions.
You should be very clear in that point. The government has access to every single data of SBI. So if I am funding a particular party or you are funding a particular party, let's say you fund the ruling party and I do not fund the ruling party, the government will know I funded the party which was standing against the ruling party, and they can come after us.
I would take it
But
otherwise.
Let's say there is a tainted corporate house which, let's not name any corporate house, but they have been funding a particular party and it has come into power, and that party takes decisions in that company's favor, in that corporate's favor, instead of taking decisions in the favor of the public. At least public would know that why is this particular government taking decisions in favor of a particular corporate house.